Good afternoon. By way of introduction, again, my name is Dwayne Depp, and I proudly serve as the Chief Deputy of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Let me first start out by saying thank you for your presence today, and we've got some information that we'd like to share regarding the fire at the 5800 block of Flat Creek Road yesterday. During the early morning hours of Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, Frankfort Dispatch received a 911 call of a structure fire in the 5800 block of Flat Creek Road in Franklin County. Upon arrival, the Franklin County Fire Department, the Frankfort Police Department, and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office found the one-story home completely engulfed in flames. We were immediately made aware that multiple individuals were potentially trapped inside. The fire department acted heroically in their attempt to locate and rescue the individuals from the home while extinguishing the fire. Sadly, during the course of extinguishing the fire, 2 deceased individuals were located along with a pet dog. Both deceased individuals were taken to the state medical examiner's office where an autopsies were performed earlier this date. The deceased canine was taken to the University of Kentucky where an autopsy will be performed within the next 24 to 48 hours. Sheriff Choir and the entire Franklin County Sheriff's Office family extends its condolences and prayers to the victims and their families. The Sheriff's Office would also like to thank the Franklin County Fire Department, the Frankfort Police Department, the Kentucky State Police, the State Fire Marshal's Office, the Sharonville, Ohio Fire Department, and the Coroner's Office for their professionalism, commitment to service, and the sharing of their resources and manpower provided at the scene during this investigation. Because of the hard work performed by all individuals mentioned, the investigation has led to the arrest of 44-year-old Dustin Fields for arson in the first degree. Mr. Fields will be lodged at the Franklin County Regional Jail. Please remember that this case is still under investigation, which may result in additional charges. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to the Franklin County Fire Chief, Chief Brewer.
So just to recap from a fire perspective, Franklin County Fire was dispatched at approximately 12:48 a.m. on April 30th. For a reported structure fire, first arrival crews arrived at 1:02 a.m. Upon their arrival, there was heavy fire throughout the structure, starting with a defensive attack, and then we slowly extinguished the fire to get to a point where we could start searching. Upon the arrival, there was partial collapse. There was heavy fire throughout the structure. Personnel continued fire attack and searching until the victims were located. At that time, the Kentucky State Fire Marshal's Office was notified, and then fire investigator was called to the scene to continue an investigation. That's really all we have from the fire department standpoint. And I'll hand it over to Captain Lewis.
I'd like to thank everybody being patient with us yesterday. I know we had a lot going on. I know a lot of the media was there, and you all were gracious in helping us get through the day. And I'd also like to thank all of our members of our office that we called out to come assist, along with the other agencies that came and assist. We had to use several agencies that specialize in certain areas to investigate this crime. And without them, I don't know if we'd be where we are today. The fire marshal, once he arrived on scene and saw what we were dealing with, he started letting us know that we need some outside resources, like I said, to specialize in some of these different areas. And they came all the way as far as Ohio to local agencies around us, and also with Kentucky State Police. Our investigation is really just begun. We've sent off a lot of evidence that has gone to different locations that could take from days to weeks to get back to help us follow up with our case. But I will share what I can if you have any questions.
Can you talk about what the relationship Austin Fields is to the two boys that died in the fire?
I can't at this time. I'd rather not talk about the deceased from the fire, just because the coroner is working that aspect of it, and we're going to leave that to him.
When you talk about evidence, is that evidence just from the scene, or is this prior that could help kind of go say what was going on?
There's a lot of evidence from the scene.
You say Austin or Dustin?
Dustin.
Dustin.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Now, does that individual have a criminal past, or?
I'm not going to go into the criminal past at this time.
You mentioned talking about arson. Can you just elaborate that?
I can. Mr. Fields has been charged with arson in the first degree. I'm going to read the definition to arson in the first degree. A person is guilty of arson in the first degree when, with the intent to destroy or damage a building, he starts a fire or causes an explosion. The building is inhabited or occupied, or the person had reason to believe the building may be inhabited or occupied. Any other person sustains serious physical injury as a result of the fire, explosion, or the firefighting as a result thereof. So that's how we come with arson first, because there was 2 lives lost in the fire.
Does Dustin own the home?
I can't answer that at this time.
And then sorry to interrupt. You said a couple individuals were rescued from the home. How many individuals?
There was no one rescued.
Oh, sorry.
There was, you understand what I'm, okay.
You mentioned that the calls that came in, they have mentioned that there potentially may be people trapped. How was that come about? Did they hear noises, screams, or what?
I think there was an individual that was on scene that advised how many people lived in the home, and they were not present.
And taking the canine to get an autopsy as well, is there something from the canine that may show comparable to the human autopsies?
It could very well.
Could you elaborate with that, maybe?
I can't elaborate. It's just part of our investigation. But yes, we believe there will be evidence.
Can you talk a little bit about the process now? Could there be more charges filed? Could there be other people facing charges as the investigation goes on?
I can just say there could possibly be more charges come forth.
Just for Dustin or for potentially someone else?
We've got multiple interviews that are set up that we will be talking to people. We continue to talk to different people throughout the day. We're continually getting phone calls, people with information, wanting to give us, wanting to share. So this is ongoing.
Did Dustin ever admit to doing the crime, or?
I can't talk about the investigation part right now.
Were there any survivors that made it out?
No.
And then, based on the evidence that you have, does this seem like it will be a long investigation, or?
We don't know. I just know that there's evidence that's been sent off, and once that evidence comes back, there could be more investigation work to be done from there.
How long did it take to get the fire under control or put it out?
Chief Brewer, you want to?
I don't have the exact time this time. It took approximately 20,000 gallons using the water shuttle before we could get the fire fairly controlled. But as far as an exact time, I don't have that right now.
Question for you, I'm sorry. Where did the fire start?
That's still under investigation.
So before we conclude, I'm going to turn it over to our County Judge Executive, Michael Mueller. He would like to address the media and say a few words.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to the news media. As Captain Will said, you all were very respectful yesterday, and we don't always get that. It is an ongoing investigation. We have lost 2 lives in Franklin County, which is never good. So I just want to say thank you. And I can't thank our first responders enough. I would put our Sheriff's Department, Fire Department up against anybody in the state. And I'm very appreciative that Team Kentucky sent other members of the state to help us investigate this investigation. So I do appreciate you all being here, and hopefully we'll have some more news for you in the future. So thank you.
One question for you. Just, you know, for anything to happen to anyone in this situation is that, can you just talk to me about this happening to 2 teenage boys?
I'm not exactly sure about the deceased, but anytime we lose people in our community, you know, we're a tight community. We're 50,000 people between the city and the county. So one loss is too many. So unfortunately, it happened, and you know, hopefully we can all be there for the family of the deceased, and we just need to pull together and get out of this together.
So that's going to conclude our press conference at this time. Let me say again, we cannot thank you guys enough for you being here. You're reporting on this very important information that our citizens here in Franklin County need to know about, and the citizens from the Commonwealth need to know about. I can tell you that if we and when we get additional information, we will certainly reach back out to you all that are present. Thank you for your professionalism. Thank you for the job that you do. And please know that if we can ever be of any assistance to you guys, let us know. Thank you.
Thank you.